States that approves it, and we have to show that to them in terms of language. Could you kind of digitalize a little bit, please? This is an artist sketch. This is the front. We call this the obverse of the front. This was the preferred design because we had to coordinate the design with the veterans themselves. We just did, the U.S. Mint did just not hire 8 artists, but there were 43 different designs. This depicts, at the time of war, the soldier to your left, with his schoolboy hat, we call it, a pre-World War II helmet. Second, at the follow-on forces, wearing a helmet, a steel pot, and of course, the real. But we're presenting this to the scholars, they're actually all PhDs, is that why are they looking to the left? That's because they're looking forward, not an angle. Not looking, not having a fixed profile. The soldier on the bottom is kneeling down with the bayonet fixed. That depicts the Leyte landing. He's on guard to ensure that everybody else lands on the island. Actually, just like Luzon, of course. So that was the preferred design. We went across the country to present this design to ensure that we are acceptable to the living World War II veterans because they have a say. They just don't originate something. And all of that depiction that you see here had to come from an authoritative historical source, the National Archives. You cannot computer enhance any of that. You cannot Photoshop it into that nature because this is one of a kind. This is one of a kind. Second slide. This is the back. This is the reverse. We cannot put on both sides, it's 2.5 feet in diameter. We cannot put 75 years of history on both sides. So we had to narrow it down. 2 flags, U.S. to the left, Philippines to the right, with the caption, United States Armed Forces in the Far East. Duty to country is copyrighted, something that we developed. The 4 major campaigns, Bataan and Corregidor, Luzon, the guerrilla warfare, Leyte landing in southern Philippines. We also have guerrillas working there as well. So the entire island. 1941 started the war. 1945 victory, August of 1945, correct? And in 1946 the rescission. The medal that you saw is the model for the Japanese American Nisei soldiers that I helped design 7 years ago. It will look like this. Once you see the schedules. This is a bronze leopard. I know you can't see it all, but I'll be sure to close up. And front and back. This is what the veterans have been waiting for 75 years. It's incredible that they get each one of these. Each set that comes with a display case from the U.S. Mint will cost $52. We purchased the first 1,000, so when we have something to present on October 25th for those who will come. We actually need about 10,000 of them. 5,000 here and 5,000 in the Philippines. So 10,000 of these, we approximate at 10,000 times $52 is how much? You're looking at it. Take your iPhones out and calculate. It's $520,000. But we want to raise $1 million because there's going to be people out there, families like yourselves, is going to say, what about us? More than 10,000. Plus, we have to develop a digitized education program. Someone told me that there's 4.5 million Filipinos that tribes in this country. If they gave me $1, I'm done funding. That make sense to you? So we are asking across the country and also in the Philippines to help us raise the money. Our group, the Filipino Veterans Recognition and Education Project, is entirely non-profit. We are not salaried. We pay for our gas traveling across the country or traveling from New York to Hawaii and whatever have you, out of our pocket. We want to raise those money exclusively for the Filipino veterans in the next camp. So they have something that they can have closure when they go home. We are not asking the veterans to pay for this. They've already paid for it a long time ago. Does that make sense?
Yes.
They are free because they made us free living in this country. So when you go home tonight, or anytime, just ask your mom and dad, ask your dad, how did we come to the United States? What made us come this way? I tell people that had it not been for them, the Philippines and all of us would have been citizens of Japan. Right?
That's correct.
So what did I say? Hua? Hua? All right. Come on now! Wake up! Okay, thank you. If you want to ask questions, I'll leave it to our organizers here. I'll stand by for questions if you want to know more. Already?
Yeah, how about those people that have been dead already? How can we give them those?
They're next of kin. We are accounting for next of kin, meaning a surviving spouse, a surviving child, anybody that's designated as a next of kin. We have many of them. In fact, there's so many of them that we're still accounting for today. So the first 1,000, because this project that I mentioned to you is not going to end. We will continue to account as long as they're able to be accounted. I'm having problems with those next of kin and living veterans in the Philippines. Right? Very hard to get a hold of them because the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office don't know where all of them are. We ask for a roster. The roster only have accounted for those who are receiving some kind of pension, some kind of a benefit. My dad was receiving about $100 a month at the time. So we're asking the Defense Secretary, General Delfin Lorenzana, a good friend, and Lieutenant General Carolina to help us find them. So it's not going to take 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. It's going to take forever. So we want to ensure that they are on the registry. We have a national registry. So far, we found 1,500. 1,500. Do you imagine 10 to 12 die each day since 1946? So that's what we're trying to do with the next event. So we can present them with one of these. By the way, the bill that Congressman Scott signed also has a provision for American soldiers who served with them, whether they're Navy, Air Force, Air Corps at that time, Marine, and even Coast Guard. They fought with them. We're not an exclusive group. They all fought together, and they're also out together. They're also out. Question, sir?
Yeah. Nice seeing you again, General. Is there a local FilVet rep, in different regions of our country that work for the organization that can actually harness and coordinate fundraising efforts? Do you have these different regions covered with a local rep that can coordinate efforts to focus on this wonderful cause?
Of course. We're all over the place, right? Go to FilVetRep, FilVetrep.org. We have 11 regions across the country. Region 2 is Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. Go to that website and you'll find out all about us and who is the regional director.
Yes, John.
Now, John Victoria, just keep quiet over there because he's asleep. John Victoria just assumed responsibility because our regional director is now teaching at the Philippine Military Academy. We are accessible. Go to the website, FilVetrep.org. Or you could, I gave my sponsor form to Naomi. I have 1 million best friends forever because everybody has my email address. It's Taguba@AOL.com. 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 Okay. I'm a dinosaur. I still have an AOL. But if you want to contact us, get a form from Naomi if you want to contribute. We are a tax-exempt nonprofit. Someone gave me $7 at one time. I said, please deduct $7 from your taxes. We will deduct. We send you a thank you memo saying that we acknowledge your donation, and you'll get that. We are a very transparent organization. Yes, ma'am.
Last question.
It includes the Philippine Commonwealth Army as well?
The units that we are recognizing are the Philippine Scouts, the Philippine Commonwealth Army,
Yes.
the 1st and 2nd Filipino Regiments, Constabulary, 1st Reconnaissance Battalion, and the recognized guerrilla forces, all 200,000 of them.
Sir, I'm an ex-kid. My uncle died in Campodan.
Do you have records?
Go to the website.
Just go to the
And
website.
I'm a retired academic. Just retired 2 months ago. So yes, I volunteer.
If you want copies of their records, if you have like a service number or a social security number, go to the National Personnel Records Center, NPRC, part of the National Archives. And you may get not only a copy of their record, you may also get ribbons and decorations that they were probably have not known. I did that for my dad. I didn't know he was awarded the Bronze Star Medal, the Prisoner of War. All he did was wear the service ribbons. And by the way, he never said anything about this until 4 months before he died. One interesting thing is that we found out that my mother was a stillborn. Interesting, right? We thought she was in the Prisoner of War camp at 16 years old, helping the army nurses. They were not married at the time. But we knew he was married months before. So when I asked him, he's going through his dementia, is Mom your first one, second one?